Hey guys, welcome back to week 22 of English. This week, as I mentioned last week, we will get getting into our writing week. So we'll be having our writer's workshop, which simply means we're doing nothing but writing paragraphs each and every day in English this week. Here's your refresher or your reminder of what a paragraph looks like. We have that topic sentence, the details, and the concluding sentence. Now, this paragraph should look very familiar. We have used it many times throughout this year, so I'm not going to read it, but please remember these are the key things that have to be in a paragraph. If you don't have a topic or a conclusion, if you don't have at least three details, you don't have a paragraph. So please make sure you do that. Now, since it's been a while since we've done some writing, I figured that it would be a good opportunity for me to share my screen with you instead of my face and show you some writing. Too often you see me, but you don't actually get to see the work being done. So I thought that I would switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to keep those paragraph ideas right there at the top, but I'm going to share this paragraph with you and I'm going to read it. It says, being a meteorologist would be a hard job. The weather is a very hard thing to predict because so many things cause it to change quickly. Many people don't think about this and say mean things about them. Meteorologists' jobs can also be dangerous if they have to be outside during bad weather. Being a meteorologist seems as hard as finding a corner in a round room. All right, so my paragraph modeled for you how we write a good paragraph. I had my topic sentence. Being a meteorologist would be a hard job. My details talked about whether it's hard to predict. Um, People say mean things about meteorologists because their predictions are not always accurate. And then also, meteorologists or weathermen have dangerous jobs because they may have to be outside in bad weather. And then I had a conclusion. All right, so that is how you write a paragraph. Now I have these highlights. What are those? Well, the green, the yellow, and the blue highlights are me modeling for you how we can use pronouns in our sentences. We learned about those last week. And I told you that we use pronouns or we use different parts of speech to make our reading more interesting or to make it easier for us as writers um, or readers to use these big words. So meteorologist is a big word. It's hard to write. It's hard to say. So using something like them or they, that still tells us we're talking about a meteorologist. All right. It just takes us to the point where we don't have to read that word or type that word again. Same thing when you look at the yellow, I have weather. And instead of writing weather a second time, I wrote it. Now, why is that? Because usually when you're talking about a noun or a subject in a sentence, you don't want to say that word two times. So writing weather twice it's just kind of not necessary. And then lastly, the pink highlight, it's not a pronoun at all. It's another part of speech that we worked on, which are similes. Remember, similes are making comparisons to things using the words like or as. In this case, I use the word as. So I'm comparing being a meteorologist to finding a corner in a round room. It's hard. If you've ever been in a room that looks like a circle, there are no corners. The walls don't meet because they are round. Right? So am I expecting you to write exactly like me? Absolutely not. But what I am expecting you to do is try to use those parts of speech. Try to use those other things that we've worked on throughout this year. Idioms, homophones, homonyms, prepositions, um, mixing up your parts of speech. Not always saying meteorologist or not always saying the boy. We could use he, him. All right. Just switch it up a little bit. Each day I'll set a topic for you. You'll write it. Any questions, comments, please use chat or raise your hand if you're in school. We look forward to reading your writing this week.